Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today we're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve and the two Fed presidents who are stepping down or retiring today. Both of these presidents just coincidentally happen to be the two that were under fire for trading, really day trading, multi-million-dollar positions over the course of the past 18 months. And that is the Boston Fed President Rosengren and the Dallas Fed President Kaplan. The reason why I want to highlight these two is, as you can see, I simply just typed into Google Federal Reserve, went to the news articles, and you can see some of the news coming up about these individuals. The reason why I want to highlight this is I think it should be alarming to everyone who is involved in the financial markets that this was allowed to happen, and that the expectation surrounding this is pretty dour in terms of what we should look at going forward. Keep in mind that last week we heard from Jerome Powell, who said the expectation going forward is that we will see tapering, or the slowing down of the purchase of treasury assets or the process is going to slow in November, with all of it being stopped in probably June of 2022. Now, obviously, that has an effect on the market, and let's see at what point in time these guys were trading in the market. So we're going to head over to TD Ameritrade for that. So both of these guys have been around for quite some time now, but what I'm going to be highlighting is really the past 18 months that you can see right here, or 15 months. What I want to talk about is the fact that these guys were not only trading or buying shares of companies during this time, but buying seven-figure positions and essentially flipping them. So when we talk about the Federal Reserve, this is the group that decides monetary policy. So when we talk about low interest rates, when we talk about the idea of tapering, this is the group who makes those decisions. So over the past year, these guys were making seven-figure trades on companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. And you can see that any point in time that you would have been trading during that point in time, you probably did pretty well for yourself. So what conveniently was announced 2 weeks ago is that they would stop doing this. Now, as you can see, this is a huge position, a huge item right here in terms of the gains that they would have made. So any point in time that you're comparing this time period of which they were making statements that affect the market, they were trading. So when we look at some of these companies that they were involved with, here's Microsoft during that exact same time period. So as you can see over the 1 year chart, the stock is up nearly 50% from where it was a year ago. And they were trading over that time period. I'll throw the 3 year chart on because then we'll probably have a little bit better idea of kind of when they were involved. So you can see September of last year, you can see May of last year. The stock nearly doubled in that period of time. So my frustration here is the fact that we've got Federal Reserve presidents who are unelected officials. You do not go and you don't vote for this at the ballot box every 2 years. This is a group that they're political appointees, and right now what we're looking at is a huge breach of ethics, and I don't think that these people should be allowed to hold on to the money that they have pulled in during this time period, because there's got to be an ethics investigation. This has got to be a problem because the stock market has continued to rise during this time, at the same time period that we're seeing consumer price index, consumer price expenditures, the real talus groups or the economic indicators that affect the lower tranche of American earners are skyrocketing, and they're not even capturing the full picture of inflation. So the bottom period, or the bottom sector of American earners, are the ones getting killed by this inflation tax at the same time that these guys who make monetary policy are walking away with seven-figure incomes and seven-figure trades. And that's got to be a breach of ethics. There's got to be someone held accountable for there. And it continues to showcase that people have to understand who is making the decisions when it comes to monetary policy, because oftentimes it's not central to elected politicians, it's not central to Republicans or Democrats, but it's these people who are political appointees. And for that reason, we need to have more conversations about who, what, and where are the Federal Reserve, what are they doing, how are they doing it, and how it affects their financial interest. So for that reason, I wanted to make this video to showcase that this is a huge deal, and I feel like if you're not involved in the stock picking side of the house, that it's getting brushed over. So these guys are retiring at the same time that, as you can see, they really hit the top right here about 2 weeks ago, and it's pretty unbelievable in my opinion. So again, all of this is my opinion. I'm by no means a financial advisor. I'm just highlighting what I see as a grievous breach of ethics, but that's just my opinion. So if you find this type of stuff helpful, let me know by leaving a like or subscription. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day.